Hello, welcome to my channel, Swing Trader Trading Channel. Do you have a portfolio of large caps that you started at the beginning of last year? It's up 23%, 8% above the benchmark, RSP, equal weight S&P 500? Well, I do. Let's take a look. Today's April 15th, 2024, and we're going to review Large Cap Stalwarts. Some updates were made this morning to the model portfolio. Let's take a look. First, we're going to start with the scorecard and look at my 6 model portfolios. The Large Cap Stalwarts is right here. There's a bar chart, as you can see. It shows you the relative performance to the large cap benchmark, equal weight, RSP. Quant Alphas is my top model portfolio. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet here. Quant Alpha is up 94%, as you see, since it began in April of 2023. But the one we're concentrating on is Large Cap Stalwarts, and it's represented here. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you how this spreadsheet works. I'm going to go back to the beginning. As you can see, it started beginning of January 2023, and I have monthly buckets here that captured what the performance was since that time, cumulative performance. And it got off to a rocky start, as you can see. It's behind the RSP benchmark until May, where pretty much even, pretty close to even, in June also. Then it dips down again, and then in November, it comes ahead, gets ahead of the benchmark. And since November, it's stayed ahead and it's increased its lead. Right now, it's up 23%. And the benchmark is up 14% during that time. As we know, the equal weight indexes have been struggling over the last year or so, as the Magnificent Seven basically getting a lot of the performance. And of course, the equal weight benchmark is not heavy weighted in those particular 7 stocks. But in time, the equal weight will come back. Magnificent Seven will go down. It always happens. History always repeats itself in the stock market. So let's go take a look at the positions in the portfolio. Here we are in Google Docs again. This is up to date as of this morning, before the market opens. Here's an example of one of the stocks was added to the model portfolio. I believe that's BlackRock. And over here, I just want to point out, we removed some of the stocks. Looks like, I believe there was 12. And the software that I use to select the selections decided that Amazon and Meta, 2 stocks that are in the Magnificent Seven, it's time to let them go. Even though it made a fairly good profit on them. As you can see, Meta was up 38%, Amazon up 24%, but it doesn't hold these stocks forever. It is a monthly portfolio, and it has quite a bit of turnover in it. And we go over here to the number of positions for the month, and at the end of this month, we're going to have 14 positions because we've already made our changes for April. So to get the average number of transactions, we take this total, we count the number of months, put that number here. So we have, you see, 3% of the active transactions total up, 415% of the closed transactions or positions. Divide it out, and that's how we come up with 23%. Now, let's take a look at what was added. Over here on Market Chameleon, I have the 5 stocks that were added: BlackRock, Ecolab, Host Hotels, Iron Mountain, and Vulcan Materials. I just want to point out they're all fairly good size. This is a large cap model portfolio, and you can see these are all substantial stocks. I have a pretty good volume on these also, as you can see. And the industries that they're in is asset management, specialty chemicals, REITs, 2 different REITs, building materials. The REITs are in different areas, I suppose. And what this is showing you is, if you'll notice, there's not any technology stocks in the new ads. We did remove several technology stocks. So for whatever reason, the software has determined that where the value lies now, when it makes its selection as of this weekend, is outside of the technology area, and that's why it's adding these stocks. It particularly likes the REITs, apparently. I guess maybe they've been beaten down lately, and it's trying to pick up a bargain. So let's go to the portfolio description, and we'll go over that. Large Cap Stalwarts tends to have between 10 and 20 stocks, and the criteria that's used by the software that selects these selections is it's going to be a large cap stock, it's going to be USA centric, and it's basically looking at the earnings per share and the related data concerning earnings per share to make the selections. Back test has been performed on the portfolio criteria. A little information about the back test is down here. And basically it's the back test on this one compared to the other model portfolios that have back tests is not nearly as impressive as the others. So I'm not expecting it to perform better than the other model portfolios, but it is large cap, very liquid. That's a plus in it. It's a plus for it. You see it in the back test. It outperformed in 12 of the 19 years tested. Back test goes back to 2004 to 2022. It underperformed in 2008, 9, 11, and 13, 18, and 20. It was largely even in 2010. And when the portfolio did outperform, it was usually by a significant margin. The best year was 2017, when it was up 44%. Generally, in this model portfolio, you're going to have mostly large caps. I estimate around 90%. You're going to have turnover about 55% every month. I chose the RSP S&P 500 equal weight ETF to be the benchmark because in the portfolio, when the stocks are added, they're all equal weight. There's no compounding. So since that all the stocks in the portfolio are equal weight, it's only fair and proper to compare the performance of the portfolio, which is large caps, against a large cap equal weight ETF. And that's how we ended up selecting that. So we're going to take a look at the blog post that just got posted on my website, swingtrader.trading. And here it is, Large Cap Stalwarts. And you look at the top here, it mentions that there's 5 stocks that were added and there was removals of 11 stocks. And here are the ones that were added. Here are the ones that were deleted, were removed. The Large Cap Stalwarts portfolio is compared to the benchmark RSP, which is the equal weight S&P 500. The portfolio is up 23% since it went live at the beginning of 2023, and it's 8% ahead of its benchmark. I always like to have a little section here that shows the main outperformers in the portfolio, and for this month, I mentioned Meta and Amazon, but they were removed by the software. And when they were removed, they were up 38% and 24% respectively. This model portfolio is made up of 10 to 20 stocks. First, the software checks if the large cap stocks are listed in the S&P 500 index, and then it analyzes those and checks for the recent earnings data to identify positive trends such as upside surprises, magnitude, and consensus metrics. One of the subscribers of my website here asked me to update that description to make it a little bit more informative, and so I've done so. I also changed the website to have this information in it too. Let's take a look at the portfolio detail. So here we have the portfolio as looked at earlier in the video. It's really pretty much the same. So we'll go back, and here's my YouTube channel that I have set up. Also, I always like to do a review of the performance of the other model portfolios. You can see Quant Alpha is number 1 with 94% increase from April of 2023. The Large Cap Stalwarts is here at 23%. And the RSP benchmark at 14%. I have a back test of the large cap stalwarts here, and I also have the 4 other model portfolios that I can do back tests on. As you can see, here's the back test, and the back test is not as impressive as some of the other ones, I have to admit. It shows outperformance, but not nearly as much as the small cap, the can slim, mid cap, and especially the bi-weekly swings. So in summary, I do mention here that there were no tech stocks that were added this month, and this marks a little bit of a pivot. I call it a pivot, where the software is finding value. Hopefully, this will turn out to be timely, but time will tell. And in a month from now, when I check the portfolio, we'll have a better idea of how the 5 new ones are doing. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hello, I guess that wraps up the video for today. I hope you got some value from it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And if you did like the video, give me a like. And also make a comment if you feel you need to or want to talk about something. Thank you.